the faculty development program. Our second speaker for today is Dr. Sameer Diwanji. So please join me in extending a warm welcome to Dr. Sameer Diwanji. And he'll be speaking on the topic guest-centric services. So it gives me an immense pleasure to introduce him. Dr. Sameer Diwanji is a seasoned hospitality professional and an academician with over 21 years of rich experience across industry and education. He began his journey in the front office at the iconic the Taj Mahal Hotel and the Tower. And later on, he has been working with the prestigious brands such as the Leela Kempinski and the various Taj Hotel groups all over. And during his tenure at the Taj Hotel for almost 8 years, he served as a head of the learning and development, training multiple employees, mentoring managers, and of course, earning the certification as a TBEM Gold Level Auditor. So, a key member of 4 pre-opening hotel teams in India and abroad, he has played a vital role in establishing training systems and the standard operating procedures. And transitioning seamlessly to academics now. He is serving as a training and placement officer and an associate professor at the AISSMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Pune. So with a doctorate and a deep expertise with operations as well as with the academics, Dr. Diwanji continues to inspire our future hospitality graduates. And he has a deep passion for learning and leadership excellence. So let us warmly welcome Dr. Diwanji. The screen is all yours.
Thank you. Just a moment, I'll start sharing.
You're not audible.
The share is on top right.
Yeah.
Next to mic.
On the top right, second from the right, you can find a share icon with an arrow.
Yeah. I clicked the share. It's not showing. Just a moment.
After you click share, you need to select
Yes, just a moment.
screen.
Can you all see the PPT now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Sarika. And it is 28 years of experience in the industry and academics now.
I noted, sir.
A very warm welcome to all of you. You're our guests today, my guests today. And I really appreciate you being here after an entire long day at work and sacrificing your family time. So thank you for that. I'm sure you all have your ear to the ground. You know what's happening around. So this topic is quite simple. After Amrit's wonderful session, which was like a heavy main course, delicious but heavy. This I hope is like some cheese, maybe fromage or some dessert or some sorbet. Yeah. So let's move to guest-centric service excellence in hospitality. As I said, it sounds quite a mouthful, but it's a very simple thing. And let's share. Again, I would here urge everyone to keep coming in wherever they feel like and sharing thoughts, anecdotes, or any incidents that come to their mind instead of just waiting for the question and answer session at the end. But we can also do that at the end. Yeah. So we all try our best to keep our students engaged and it's with all trainers. So let's start with some new lingo that they all seem to use and we seem to roll our eyes. So let's see if you know some of the lingo. So are you ready to slate?
Yes.
Some, okay. So you can keep typing the answers, or you can unmute and just say it's going to be a more of a free flowing session instead of just a delivery. So the first one is ensure that you're well dressed, well groomed, and in your OOTD. Any
Outfit
idea?
of the day.
Yes, outfit of the day. So correct. So we serve, of course, beverages to guests, but here I'm saying do not serve guests any tea. What do I mean here?
Gossip.
Yes, gossip or any juicy information. So guests should not be privy to अंदर की बात होटल में जो हो रहा है, correct? Make guests your bay. Anyone else who's not answered before?
Before anyone else.
Correct. So they should be our absolute priority before anything else. In our hotel, we serve food that slaps. This is not a violent term at all.
Maybe the food which is, so I would like to try this. Maybe the food
Yes,
which is outstanding.
correct. Yes. Food which is
That's a
Thank
really
good
you.
one.
excellent. Good guess, even at the end of the
So,
day. Well
no,
done.
I copied. So my 10 years old helped me doing this. I
Good.
approached her and I asked her, what is it?
Oh, see, that's going to be a future guess, so we need to know this.
Yeah, and she
And
gave all the answers correct.
is it? Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm glad how you're combining your ATAL FDP with your family time. Well done. So let's see
I just
if your
approached her. Thank you so much. Yeah.
no, thank you so much for sharing. And let's see if your 10-year-old knows this or anybody else as well. Are you woke enough to know all the above answers?
Informed enough, knowing what's happening around.
Correct. Absolutely correct. So these are the answers for those who were wondering what this is all about and have I signed for the right FDP? You have, yes. Outfit of the day, gossip or juicy information is T before anyone else is BAE or BAE. Slap is amazing or excellent. So food that slaps. One of our students is doing a blog or a reel on food that slaps, and he's visiting quite a few outlets in Pune. Woke is progressive and socially aware, keeping with the times, as we say. Okay, so a little googly from yesterday. Those who attended yesterday's sessions, do you all remember what these two are? NPS and SOAR. These are not new age lingo. No, these are from yesterday's speakers. Do
Yes,
not
it's
Google.
Net
One is the
Promoter
Net
Score.
Promoter Score,
Net
NPS.
Promoter Score. Very good. Yes.
The second one is SOAR. I suppose that was ROAR,
So,
ROAR.
Oh, roar also and
it was
soar
road.
also. Correct.
I
Sir,
suppose
Stand for
that's
the
SOAR is
opportunity,
Yes.
strategic
aspiration,
planning
and
and
results.
analysis.
in
Yes.
place of SWOT, which is used now.
Correct. In
Yes.
Build
roar and
opportunities
soar both.
expansion.
Yes. All right. Well done. Well done yesterday and for today. Okay. Okay, so as I said, it sounds quite a mouthful, guest-centric service excellence in hospitality. But if you really break it down to each word, it's very simple. And we are going to look at some of the things. A guest is very difficult to know. We all think we know the guest, but each guest is different. Each guest has his or her own quirks, idiosyncrasies, eccentricities, and of course, likes, dislikes. So it's very, very difficult, or as easy or as difficult to know a guest. You can't claim to know, I know how to behave with, deal with guests. So guest is an important stakeholder, consumer, customer, client, one who helps us earn revenue. All right. So we are talking about hotels, of course. And in academic terms, of course, our guests are our students. Without students, a college won't survive. And so they are our important stakeholders. Centric, as the word says, centered around keeping the guest in mind, guest at the heart of everything, basically. The national education policy, for instance, keeps students at the center of everything, right? So it's completely their point of view. POV, point of view, guest first always. Service is that sublime, intangible thing which helps create an impression, good, bad, ugly. Excellence, we all strive for that constantly, continuously. It's elusive, but yes, we try it every day. Efficiency, best possible way, impeccable, seamless, wow factor, etc. So defining the core, what is customer-centric service excellence? A culture of anticipation, moving beyond reacting to needs to proactively fulfilling unspoken desires. So we'll look at these terms again closely as we proceed. We come to my favorite term, and here I would invite some of you to share examples uh, after I say my two bits. Anticipation has always been a very important part of management training programs, or if I'm training the freshly joined management training batch, because anticipation is something which completely leads to guest service excellence. It's not enough to do something when the guest asks you for it. Anybody will do it. But to anticipate means to understand it before the guest can ask for it. The unspoken word. That is key. So anticipation, it could be as simple as holding the door for the guest, assisting with a bag, offering a pen to sign. These are all very simple examples, of course, important but simple. Ensuring the water glass is never empty. Again, today uh, when we uh, when we consider water as a very important resource, we try to avoid that, or we keep it at half glass, depending on the SOP. So anticipation, I remember a very nice example. I'm saying so myself because it happened in a hotel where in that hotel the guest wrote that your employee is a magician because while she was escorting me to the room, she was talking about the newly renovated gym. And that gym, when she was describing, I thought in my mind, or my expression said that, oh God, I forgot to pack my shoes for the gym. And she immediately said that, don't worry, sir, if you've not got your shoes, we also have a tie-up with popular sports brand Nike, and we have all sizes of shoes kept for guests' use, and you can return them once you finish using it during your stay. We shampoo it and keep it back for the next guest. So, anticipation. Anticipation is doing something which is not even the guest also has not maybe thought of it, but is delighted. Or the guest has thought of it, but has not spoken about it or expressed it. Anyone would like to share any anecdote on anticipation? Yeah. Anything that comes to their mind from their days in the industry,
So,
if any? Yeah.
so may
You
I?
can, yes,
Yes.
simply unmute and
Yes. So is it, can we say that anticipation or the exceeding the guest expectations can be the next thing than anticipation?
yes, of course, all that is interlinked. Exceeding guest expectations also is a part of that. But here, anticipating specifically means doing something that the guest is maybe just thought of it or not even thought of it, and you're doing it. And that really delights the guest and it exceeds expectations. Now, this guest example that I gave you, he never thought that that person who's escorting him to the room during check-in after registration will actually know that that's going on in his mind, that, oh God, why didn't I pack my shoes? He has not said it, but she's proactively offered him those. So obviously it's exceeded any expectations and beyond. So it will result in guest delight and exceeding expectations. But here we are specifically talking about anticipation, where you do something which is unspoken by the guest and the guest really feels delighted or absolutely wow factor is created.
Right, sir.
Uh,
Thank you so much.
Yes,
can I
thank you.
share one experience?
Please, please.
So when I was working with a company, there was a colleague of mine, and she was working with the housekeeping department. And it so happened that when she was on the floor one day, she realized that one of the guests staying in the hotel had not, he had come into the hotel, but he had not utilized the bed in the night. He had not slept in the bed. And then she saw folded bed sheets kept on the floor.
Oh,
So she thought of asking the guest very politely. She went and had a conversation with the guest, and that observation of hers led to a realization that the guest had a back problem and couldn't sleep on a soft mattress.
oh, so hard
So
bed was required.
so then she
Wonderful.
spoke, and then she changed the bed, and then so then onwards, whenever the guest came in, the team knew that they had to change the mattress for the guest.
Wonderful. That's such a nice share. Thank you.
Thank you.
Based on your sharing, I also remembered one guest who had not eaten his the fruit basket that we kept in the room. The fruits actually, we just kept three numbers of one fruit in the standard base category. And I also trained my team to see all this, like you just now mentioned, that you observe these small little points. I'm not saying be a Sherlock Holmes exactly, but observe. So if the guest has never touched the fruit, obviously maybe the guest doesn't like that fruit that you've kept. Maybe you can keep something else. So these are small things that keep happening. Another example that anecdote that comes to my mind, I was at the reception and the guest said that, I love this brand pencil of yours. My daughter loves it. So when I go back to Bangalore, she's going to ask me the first thing that, did you get the pink pencil that they give you in the hotel? So, small joys that children have, and the guest actually said it to us. So, promptly, I went to the back office and from the store, from the little store, I got a pack of pencils and gifted to the guest to give it to his daughter. So, these small things go a long way, and they really delight the guest and go. Anybody else would like to share anything on anticipation before we move on?
May I share?
Yes, please.
So when I was working in Taj Trivandrum, um
Yes.
one of the guests, while rooming, I realized that she's carrying a small baby with her. So before even she asked, I mean, we offered her a special laundry package for her infant, I mean, which is basically free of cost. But we informed her about that, and also we informed her that we have a chef who can actually give her
Baby food.
different food if required for the infant. So she was
Oh,
very
that's
happy. And many a times we have seen it that we had that time introduced a pillow menu in the hotel.
yes, yes.
So if my room attendants used to do that, that if they see any guest who's really very tired, they used to offer them pillow menu so that they can have a better sleep and be ready for the next day. So that was something which was very well appreciated over there.
Nice, nice. Thanks for sharing that. When you were sharing, I also remembered that a simple act when you see a couple walking in with a child, uh, maybe a toddler, you'll offer proactively a high chair at the restaurant. These are small things that one of my employees at one of the hotels, he always took the child for a little walk near the swimming pool or the lobby, and the parents were so happy that we get to eat in peace for a few minutes. So, yeah, these are small things that the guest has not asked, but you do, and that is anticipation. Great. If you think of more, I welcome you and invite you to share as we go along as well. Here, I want to also tell you about an old concept which worked wonderfully. I'm taking you through a bit of dated stuff to come back to the newest or the modern stuff. So Jeeves is a character of people who read or like literature would understand P.G. Wodehouse. I am a big fan. So Jeeves is his Man Friday, his butler, his all-in-one. He can't survive without Jeeves. So Jeeves is that person who has a yes for everything, or he has an answer for everything. So in one of the chains that I worked with, we introduced something called the Jeeves cupboard. These were this was a few years back when there was no instant delivery like Zepto or something that comes within 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So in the Jeeves cupboard, we had 110, 120 items that the guest typically, usually asked or requested. And a lot of times we had to apologize or decline, saying, I'm sorry, we don't have that. However, of course, we can procure it for you, but it was not as easy. So we got together and decided to put all this in something called the Jeeves cupboard. So this initiative was run by a lot of hotels in that chain, and we had that Jeeves cupboard with a lot of things, 110, 120, if my memory serves me right. Uh, and I've listed a few here, very, very few here, of course. And now I invite you all to think and tell me what else do you think can go in the Jeeves cupboard? Simple things that the guest has forgotten to pack or requests for, which is not kept in the room as an amenity usually, but you can keep it in your Jeeves cupboard and give it to the guest the moment he or she calls or requests for it. Anything you would like to share now that you know the concept of Jeeves cupboard? I repeat, Jeeves cupboard is it's a place, it's a cupboard where you keep about 100, 120 that we had kept items, which were most likely to be demanded, requested, asked by the guest.
Nail
Samita?
Sunscreen
cutters.
lotion,
Nail
Hot water
cutters, okay.
bag. A
Hot
hot
water
water
bag,
bag.
nice. Very nice. Very
sunscreen
nice.
lotion,
Lotions, yes.
then lens solutions,
Lens solution, okay. Interesting. So these
Sir,
are
makeup
things,
kits.
makeup kits, okay. Interesting. That's a
then
little personalized, but but yes, something, maybe some items which were
Maybe
kept in
some
the
Eye
space.
basic medicine.
chargers.
Chargers, yes. I'm going to come to the next part, but chargers is a very,
Umbrellas.
very good umbrellas, chargers.
Basic
Somebody else.
medicine, maybe.
Medicines is a tricky zone, really, because if the guest is allergic to that medicine or doesn't have a prescription, but I get you.
Mosquito repellent.
Okay. It means you're admitting that your room has mosquitoes, but all right, mosquito repellent. Yes. Nice. What else?
Sunscreen lotions, if
Sunscreen
it is a
lotion.
resort.
Yes, yes, why not?
Sewing kits, maybe.
Yes, why not? Great. So that now that you know the concept of Jeeves cupboard, we went ahead and because it was such a big success, we also did an IT Jeeves cupboard. Now, IT Jeeves cupboard also had at least 50 items, if I'm not mistaken. So somebody said chargers, adapters, I've written Xbox, mouse, memory cards, USB sticks, drives. Anything else you want to add? Any of my tech savvy colleagues here, friends here who would like to add some more items in the Jeeves, IT Jeeves cupboard?
Pointers.
Sorry? Pointers, nice, interesting.
Shoe
pen
polish
drive,
brushes.
Sorry, come again.
The shoe polish brush, the shoe brush, shoe polish.
Correct. That will happen in the regular Jeeves cupboard. Yes, absolutely good. Shoe polish, shoe
Then,
shine. Shoe shine
sir,
usually is there in
combs.
hotels since many years. Shoe shine and shoe. But yes, sorry, I
So
missed another
laptop
answer.
Sir, we
chargers.
it
Correct. Laptop also, and laptop charger also. Correct. Yes, I missed one more.
and sir,
Somebody else
which
was.
I have generally seen that's small torchlight lamps just to
Yes,
keep for
Maybe
any
a power
emergency.
a, a power bank.
yes, absolutely. In today's times, power bank.
pen drive, a
Maybe
pen drive,
extension cords.
Extension cords, very good, excellent, very, very useful and essential. Here, I would like
multi
my
plugs.
colleagues and uh, organizers, please, if you see any notes in the chat, please share the answers here, please. I'm not seeing that since I'm looking at the screen at the
Yes, yes,
PPT.
we will do that.
Thank you. Yes, continue. Somebody was saying extension boxes, or after that, did
So
anything else?
portable
Portable,
chargers, sir.
Sir, basic
portable chargers, yes.
So
first aid
headphone.
box, basic first aid box, not medicines.
Yes, in the Jeeves cupboard, first aid, yes, but that's a clear thing for hotels. Hotels are
A
supposed to keep
keyboard,
those.
a keyboard.
Feviquick. Feviquick.
Yes, yes, yes.
In the
Keyboard,
IT,
yes. Mouse, yes. Somebody else said something else. That also was a good answer.
The
Pen drive.
multiple connectivity cables
Mm,
for
yes,
various devices.
different, yes, different types of cables. Yes, correct. So the IT Jeeves cupboard also was a big hit, and as I can see from your responses, also you've come up with a lot of answers. So coming back to customer or guest-centric service experience, it's not enough to satisfy, we must delight. Um, this is a little comic relief. You can just read it to yourself, and I'll go to the next slide. I don't want to overextend today but yes. So sometimes the quality audit or a quality assurance feedback session can be quite funny, you know. So the customer may have sounded delighted by your friendly demeanor and ability to fix the problem quickly, but I'm sure she was disappointed because you didn't repeat her name at least 5 times. Of course, it's exaggeration, but that's what makes it. So then we come to another thing called Never Say No. That was another initiative which was quite popular then. A simple example, a guest requested for some tea or coffee in the lobby, and our employee said a prompt no. I'm sorry, sir, you'd have to go to the coffee shop or the all-day diner. That's when this triggered that why do we say no so easily? So it's not guest centric. It is what is convenient to us, and that should not be how it is. So we actually started serving tea coffee if guests requested in the lobby lounge as well. These are simple things that changed. So never say no, of course. Of course, you have to say no to some things if they are not available, but you give options and alternatives and make it sound like a yes. All right. So come up with possible solutions and ensure guest is happy at the end. All right. This is again an old term, moments of truth, but very, very essential. And I think this is great to tell our students as well. It's a term coined by Jan Carlson. Moment of truth is any incident, any episode, anything when the guest makes an impression of the hotel, positive or negative. So it could be moments of truths are hundreds and lakhs, as you will see in the next couple of slides. I see a hoarding with an advertisement of a hotel. That's a moment of truth. I call up the hotel. Nowadays, it happens very often. If I'm calling a hotel, the phone almost never gets picked up within 3 rings. And then I say, what are we coming to? If we had to pick up every phone within 3 rings, even if we had to say immediately, thank you for connecting to Sheraton Grand, kindly allow me to place you on hold. Even if it has to be followed by that sentence, every phone had to be picked up within 3 rings. But anyway, coming to moments of truth, any episode when a customer comes in contact with any aspect of the company and forms an impression. So there are lakhs of moments of truth. This is just, I'm going to run through this really because it's quite rather simple. 100-room property, occupancy 75, so 75 guests, let's assume, because all single occupancy, very convenient, of course. 100 moments of truth per day into 75 into 365, so that makes a good 25 lakhs. Another food and beverage and banquet MOTs added to 50 lakhs and 50 lakhs opportunities in a year, either to have a delighted guest or a dissatisfied guest. In the best of hotels, complaints are inevitable, but how we handle them makes all the difference. Value of a loyal guest, again, I'm going to breeze through this. You've gone through enough figures with Amrit's presentation, where um, anyway. So average bill per day, 10,000. Again, very, very simple conservative figures. 1 lakh hotel. If the guests were to come for 10 years, it will be 10 lakhs. If the guest speaks to 3 more guests, it will be 30 lakhs. And if an employee handles 20 guests per day, he or she is handling a potential of 6 crores of future business. Okay, so let's move to technology supporting guest centricity. Guest centricity is great, but today, in terms of technology, when we have so much technology at our disposal, how is it changing? So, I think, as Amritaksh Chatterjee also rightly said, it's still rather in the nascent stage, though we are using a bit of bots and all that. But the impact or how much are we going to use eventually will be clearer in the coming years. So, customer relationship management, property management systems, all this integrates to give an unified view of all the guest preferences and history. So it's a long way we've come from the guest history cards, of course. Now, a click of a button and you know. AI and data analytics, virtual reality, of course, we know robotics, automation, all this in room service without losing human touch. Now, that's going to be a challenge as we go further and further. Um, I think yesterday somebody spoke about leisure also. I think Ameya, business plus leisure. So there's nothing new there. But here, focus on transformational travel. I think this is a very important point that everywhere we go, whether it's for business or family or just leisure, or we look at wellness, culture, purpose. You go to London, you just don't see a London Eye and the museum, of course, Madame Tussauds or other places. You also, or the Big Ben, you also go for uh, maybe a heritage walk, or you see the West End Theatre there, or you go and do a Sherlock Holmes walk. So culture, purpose, wellness, or you go to see Shakespeare Village, Stratford upon Avon. So these are how a lot of transformation has happened on hospitality. People today want experiential things to create memories. So local immersion programs, curated experiences, and storytelling. Storytelling we'll talk about a little more because we are all a story. We all love stories, and we all like to share anecdotes also. Storytelling is as old as we are, I think, human race. So uh, I think wellness, culture, purpose, these are important terms here. Now, a culture has to be built in the organization, and that's where human resources, the top management, of course, human resources and training, learning and development comes into picture. It's very, very important that there's a commitment right from the top. Without that, it will not work really. So leadership commitment, role modeling, continuous learning and recognition programs, empowerment. Again, I would like to stop here for a moment and solicit some thoughts on empowerment. Empowerment is a very powerful term, probably not clearly understood sometimes. So, can you give me some examples or any incidents of empowerment? In your current job, do you feel empowered? You don't have to answer that because your boss is here also or not here. You can just tell us in general what is empowerment. If you worked in the industry, did you see that? Did you feel there was empowerment then? Do you think it's now even more? Do you think in your workplace today there's empowerment? And give examples, please. So, may I invite you to please share now? I've spoken for a few minutes continuously. I'd like to see if you all are still there or you've gone for for some break or dinner. Empowerment. Yes.
So I would like to share.
Yes.
I teach in Uttarakhand Open University. I'm from Uttarakhand.
Hmm.
And here we do distance learning and it's tech friendly. So mostly our students are from remote hilly regions
All right.
and who doesn't have that much, resources. So once I guided a student from a remote hill village and who recently has joined my program through distance mode. Initially, he was very
Wonderful.
hesitant and about online classes that we do. So the student gradually built confidence because we made him learn digital tools, and finally he has this year he has started a small local homestay inspired by our coursework. So
Oh, that's
that's,
such a wonderful thing.
yeah,
Congratulations to you
thank
and
you.
all your efforts. Oh, that's wonderful. That's such a nice story. Yes, thank you for sharing that. Uh, Anyone else would like to share what do they understand by the term empowerment or any
Yeah.
anecdote?
Mr. Sanjay Mitra, if you can please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. What I understand by empowerment is, if you please imagine a relay race,
Yes.
basically handing over the baton. So if it's a 4 into 100 meter relay race, you carry the load, the whole workload, or maybe whichever what you want to define, and you hand it over to the next person who gets it for the next 100 meters. Empowerment basically creates leaders, uh,
Yes.
effective leadership, basically, not really leaders, effective leadership in today's world.
Because ownership happens there, right?
Yes,
Correct.
one, ownership happens, second, hand-holding happens, and like the last example given, you learn to fit into the next mode or role.
Wonderful. Thanks for sharing that.
Okay.
Empowerment in its actual meaning means that you give authority to somebody to do a particular thing. I'll give you a very, very simple example that at the reception, we were empowered for a certain amount. So if the guest has complained or had not such a good experience, the guest at checkout says, my last evening I ordered in-room dining and the meal was terrible. So obviously my first response is, I'm very sorry to hear that, sir or ma'am. And what exactly was wrong with the food? Did you bring it to our notice then? And then maybe call the chef to talk to the guest at checkout, because the guest should not feel now that I'm checking out, nobody's bothered. Also here, empowerment means without having to check with your boss, with your manager or the higher up, you are empowered to give an allowance of a certain amount. So you're empowered within your designation, whatever level you are, to give an allowance, that is, take out the bill up to 2,000 rupees, maybe, or 3,000 rupees, or 5,000 rupees. So that is empowerment, where you have the authority. At my workplace, I'm empowered to invite guests from the industry, entertain them. Uh, that is empowerment. I don't have to ask every time it happens. Or in a hotel, if a salesperson can entertain an important client at the coffee shop for a cup of coffee or a meal, that is empowerment. Anyone else would like to share their understanding of empowerment? Or, yeah.
Sameer, may I share one?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I used to work with a fast food industry, and over there, we were empowered with many basic powers to handle customers.
Wonderful.
So, one of them was we had a customer maniac on the floor. He used to manage the queues where customers were waiting for their tables, and he was allowed to play a lot of games with them when they are standing for their turn to acquire a table. And on that, when they win something, he was empowered to give them maybe a salad bowl or maybe a cheese garlic bread or some small toys to the kids. And at the end of his shift, he was only asked to submit a report of how much amount of things were given to manage the queues in the restaurant. And he was empowered for that.
I think that's such a wonderful story. Thank you for sharing that. It's really, but the beginning of your story also was a great example of a term which we did a few minutes back, which is anyone?
Customer maniac.
Yeah, it's a great example of anticipation, because you're anticipating. The guest is not said that come entertain me, I'm in the queue, but you're anticipating it, that okay, why not entertain them so that they don't get bored, they don't start complaining. So you anticipate, and this process itself or the designation is born out of this anticipation. So it's wonderful thinking on the part of management to think of anticipation and then empowering the employee also. Yeah, sorry, somebody was saying?
It was it, it was also an example where the revenue which has got generated for the day. It was also a way of managing those so that the restaurant does not lose out on customers or does not lose out on the revenue for that day.
So they don't get bored and leave. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, wonderful. Very nice. And I didn't know this as this particular aspect or designation. So, encourage storytelling moments. So I think I'm doing that currently. I'm encouraging y'all, requesting y'all, urging y'all to share stories or anecdotes regarding earlier anticipation or now empowerment. Anything else? We can take one more before we move to the next. Empowerment. A service team member is empowered enough if the guest is not happy with a particular dish. He doesn't have to check with the kitchen. They have a great understanding or a service level agreement, as we used to call it in one of the hotels, SLA, that if a particular guest is unhappy with the dish served, of course, ask what exactly they are unhappy with, and give again the guest a choice. That would you like us to make the same dish once again to your taste, or would you like to order something else completely? And of course, you have to comp that earlier order. You have to ensure that it doesn't feature on the bill. That is empowerment again. You don't have to go on asking people, okay, ask the manager, then ask the chef. By that time, crucial moments are lost and the guest is already angry and is not interested anymore. Yes, I think somebody was trying to say something when I started this example. Anyone on empowerment?
Sir, good evening. Yesterday's lecture, there was one topic regarding menu, use of virtual reality in the menu
Yes.
while
Yes.
ordering food in the restaurant. Now, suppose a customer need to order a food. Now, rather than looking at the traditional menu, some restaurants and abroad are using virtual reality. The guest can wear that equipment and find how that dish is cooked and how the dish is presented. Now, how
Absolutely.
this is related to empowerment, because this can be more fascinating for the guest to attract other guests faster compared to the traditional method, I feel, sir.
I think that's a wonderful correlation that you correlated yesterday's tidbit with today. Thank you for doing that. And you're absolutely right. Here we are empowering the guest also, don't you feel? You're empowering the guest to know and take a more informed decision. Instead of just a one-liner description in the menu, here you're actually showing him taking him through the quick process of making it and how the dish will look, the texture and the overall presentation. So he can see his dish before he can actually savor it. So we are empowering the guest here, and that in turn leads to guest centricity or service excellence. The guest will tell this as an anecdote to other guests, other friends of his, that listen, I went to this restaurant and it was really cool. They gave me this gadget and I could actually take a tour of the kitchen in a way. I could see first and then order. So I didn't have to repent, oh, मैंने ये क्यों order किया. That's wonderful to correlate. Thank you so much for doing that. So we have here empowered the guest as well, see, by giving him this choice. It's very important to encourage storytelling moments with for your staff, for your employees, where they share guest delight experiences. I've seen this very often that when it starts, the culture of sharing stories starts, everybody joins in and everybody tries there. They get inspired by each other. They get motivated by the whole thing, and it becomes a whole organization where everybody is trying to go the extra mile and really deliver service excellence. So storytelling moments to capture from the staff, the employees, or the internal guests, as we say, so that they can share delight experiences. Also, if it's a chain of hotels, if it happens at one unit, one hotel in, uh, say, Shimla, maybe I can replicate it in another hotel in another part of the country if that's really a guest delight moment. Yeah. We'll move to the next slide, measurement and continuous improvement. It's very important. I think yesterday again, net promoter score, guest satisfaction index. We all know what are service audits, mystery audits. These help us understand where we stand, even when we don't know who's coming for the audit and the audit has happened and suddenly you have a mystery audit report where the guest who you thought is a guest was actually an auditor. Guest feedback loops integrated into operations, real-time dashboards. So what has changed now is real time. Every place is increasingly going to have more QR coded, QR related feedback. People are going to take feedback on the spot instead of post checkout. After checking out, what's the point really? While the guest is still there, it's important to ensure that he or she is really, really happy and very delighted by the hotel. Service recovery also, instead of service recovery post the guest stay, it's best to do it while the guest is still with us. So real-time dashboards for monitoring service. More examples, Hilton Connected Room, Accor, ALL Loyalty app, which is in like an omni-channel engagement and reward ecosystem. Four Seasons Chat, where 24/7 a global chat service combining AI and human touch. As I said, this is all has to evolve more, and we'll come to know a little more once a couple of slides more, and we'll interact a little. Commercial imperative, I think excellence drives loyalty, and loyalty in turn gives us this great brand equity and pricing power. I'm sure Amrit also spoke about how loyalty and revenue management also connect. Price premium, I'm making a statement here and you can differ if you want. Do you all agree that loyal guests are less sensitive to pricing? If you're really a loyal guest, you love the place, you love the service and the people and the product there, you are not too sensitive to the price change. If they increase the price by a bit, you're still okay because you really like the place and you're a loyal guest. So small price changes do not influence your decision to switch. Do you all agree with that mostly? Um, Operational efficiency, proactive problem solving reduces cost and time on service recovery. I just said about this. Post checkout, instead of doing a service recovery, I remember a hotel in Maldives where I was working. There was an entire stay of a guest that was complimentary, comped. Why? 10 days stay almost, or 1 week stay at Maldives, which was a very expensive place. Because that hotel, our hotel in Delhi had goofed up a major event of that company. So as service recovery, we offered an entire complimentary stay in one of our premium resorts at a premium destination, Maldives. So imagine how much of effort, time, money, and of course, at the end, we had to do this. Yeah. Advocacy and PR, positive word of mouth, online reviews. Return on experience, again, an interesting thing. A 5% increase in customer retention can increase company profits by 25 to 95%. So customer centricity is not a cost, it's highest yielding commercial strategy as it's saying here. A bit of some more examples. Ritz-Carlton's Mystique system. Uh, Personally, I really like the brand Ritz-Carlton, and I think they do a great job of so global tracking of all guest preferences. So it ensures seamless personalization, whether the guest is in Pune or Paris. So like earlier, one of my colleagues had said pillow menu. So pillow type, favorite tea, you name it, and we know about you. Four Seasons empowerment, where you empower staff to spend freely to resolve a complaint. Of course, there has to be an answerability also. You also are answerable to somebody, but empowering, so then and there you can take a decision. And of course, there's how Peninsula uses its technology. Uh, in the picture, you see Uday Vilas, the Vilas properties of Oberoi's, and how they really believe in hyper personalization. If it's a wedding, each guest gets their personalized welcome or a kit. It's done right up to the last detail. Wellness. As I said, wellness is a big thing today. Everybody is looking at experience, wellness, culture, more integration. Guest-centric service, putting guests at the heart of everything. Basically, this presentation means putting the guest at the heart of everything you plan. You plan a process from the guest point of view and not because you can do it or not do it. You may have a staffing crunch, you may have a cash flow crunch, but you have to plan your processes keeping the guest in mind. How does this uh, decision of mine affect the guest? So every decision starts with that. Loyalty, repeat bookings, positive reviews, referrals, key differentiator, revenue boosting, all this is the end product or the result of guest-centric service excellence. If the guest is delighted, it drives loyalty, repeat bookings, positive reviews. It becomes a key differentiator. One of the hotels I worked with, the guest says that your hotel is really old and it looks like a pigeonhole from outside, but I really like it because of the team here and your services. And I really keep coming back despite of new hotels in the city. So I think the last couple of slides. Shift from hospitality as a service to hospitality as an experience, emotional AI, virtual concierge. It's going to evolve even more. Holistic well-being, absolutely. So one of the key takeaways also is wellness or holistic well-being. We are all living in increased stressful conditions, lives. We read news, we open the paper and read about a bomb blast that's happened in Delhi or a flood that's happened somewhere, natural calamities as well. So we are in challenging times, of course. Again, data ethics and privacy is another topic altogether. Uh, at the end, I would like to quickly tell you about a book, Chocolates on the Pillow Aren't Enough. It's a book I read very many years back, so I won't be able to tell you in detail. But it basically talks about how it's very essential to look at not just keeping a pillow as a turn down amenity, not just tokenism, but really understanding what the guest wants. So reinventing the customer experience. And this is a book I invite all of you to definitely try and read because it's a relatively new book and I read it this last year or this year actually. It's written by Will Guidera, Unreasonable Hospitality. And I think if I have to come up with another name for this presentation, it could be Unreasonable Hospitality because we are talking about guest centricity, service excellence. These seem very, very unreasonable and impossible at times. So, Unreasonable Hospitality talks about a New York restaurant, 11 Madison Park, EMP, how it became a legendary experience restaurant, moving from a no Michelin to a New York Times 4 stars to a 3 Michelin, and to be awarded the best restaurant award in the world. So it talks about a few things, and I'm going to read out from the notes that I've written here. That's the last slide, and then we can close. Uh, so it talks a lot about service and hospitality. Service is black and white, hospitality is color. I think that's a thought that stayed with me because it's very dynamic. Hospitality is color. It's not just like service, black or white. Uh, and basically being unreasonable. You think you will know every guest's name who lands up at your restaurant? Unreasonable, right? But if you actually Google the guest, like we do nowadays, you'll find a photo of the guest and you can match and wish him or her by name. It also talks about doing anticipatory things. A guest in New York wanted to go run back to the car because the car meter, they have that system, was, I think she had to recharge it or put some more money in it. And the hotel employee, the restaurant employee did that. Uh, Again, extraordinary power of intention. It talks about how you can really, they also had a code language. If somebody took or the basic, they seated the guest and took an order of water, Immediately they signaled at the back and they knew that this guest wants regular water or sparkling water or warm water, etc. And the guest thought it's magical. I just told my preference 10 seconds back, and how come you're back serving with exactly what I wanted? So there are many such things that this book talks about. It's very, very inspiring, and I would like all of you to uh, maybe at least read the synopsis about it of it. So that's all from what I had planned. It's almost 9 o'clock, but I'd happy to take some questions, or if you want to share something else. So I'll stop sharing now so that you can share anything that came to your mind today during this presentation.
We can see a hand raised by Mr. Somaji. So are you there? And Mr. Ravi, you may please ask the questions. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Ravi Shirsagar this side.
Good evening.
I am having a little concern and a question as well.
Yes.
In the last lecture also, we had gone through that we are people-oriented business or industry. And in this session also, the customer delight is, I think, is directly proportional to the frontline workers. But unfortunately, in our industry, and especially in our country, long working hours, exploitation at the entry level is too much into the hotels. As academia, and we are at the common platform, how can we overcome this problem? Also, we have seen lot of decline in the number of admissions what we are having across the country. The seats are not filling up because the students are now well aware of the situation of the hospitality industry, at least in our country. So they are not opting out for this as a career. If the human is not there, then how we are going to provide the customer delight?
I think it's a very interesting question, and you took a little from what I was going to say as a closing line. I was also going to say, let's turn the topic on its head and say guest-centric service excellence. Employees are internal guests also, right? So you very clearly and very rightly asked that what do we do for our internal guests or internal customer, which are employees. And here I would like to say that the industry is, I admit, slow to change, but all change takes time. And I know that when I visited the Taj Mahal Palace and Tower, Mumbai recently, I saw their cafeteria. They call it their restaurant, the 11th restaurant, I think, if she had said. It's really like a restaurant. It's completely made over. It has options of salad bar, sandwich bar every single day, besides the regular food. So if I'm not feeling like having my regular roti sabzi, I can pick up some yogurt from the fridge kept there, or have a soup and sandwich, or make myself a salad. But how many such hotels, how many hotels have cafeteria food which is so diverse or empowering, let me say? Also the timings, etc. I completely agree, and we as stakeholders, we know that it's slow to change. But I would like to say here that the more and more educated people get into this business, more and more our students start becoming managers and general managers. I keep telling my students that I want to see you as general managers of hotels. You have to stick around in the industry for long enough. It will change slowly and steadily. I would also like to add here, Mr. Ravi, that other industries are opening up also. So core hotels may be like this, but there are smaller chains. And I'd like to mention here Tamra experiences, Tamra leisure experiences, where it's the culture is very different and very, very empowering. So small boutique hotels are doing it well. The bigger chains, yes, I agree, have been very slow to change. But yes, change is happening. And I would like to add here that more opportunities are coming up in allied sectors also. For example, I won't even call it an allied sector. Today, restaurants, standalones are doing so well, and so many students are preferring to work there instead of a typical five-star hotel, maybe, or mall management, etc. So, yes, it's slow, but we have to keep the faith. But thank you for sharing that. And as I said, I was going to turn the topic on its head and say that guest centric means also internal guest centric. So how many processes are designed keeping the internal customer in mind, the guest in mind? But it's true for academics as well. How many processes are friendly for internal customers? But thanks for sharing the thought. Yes, I see a couple of hands.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes.
Good evening, Dr. Diwanji.
Good evening.
May I have a question, sir? I have a
Yes,
question
please.
related to a situation which happened in year 2003 when I was working with one of the resort properties in Goa.
Yes.
The property was Park Hyatt Goa Resort and Spa, which was very, very renowned. And later on, a couple of times, it was sold to some other brands, and now it is something else. But one of the best properties Goa had at that time, and even today. So we are talking about the guest-centric service excellence here. And we all believe as hoteliers that, guest is always right and never say no to the guest. Right. But there are some situations, so where the safety and concerns take a different turn, suddenly. And we as hoteliers are also in a situation that we have to deal with such situations. For example, something would have happened at Mumbai bomb blast, 9/11. So we had such an experience, such a, you can say, wrong experience at the resort. I would like to share that here quickly, though we are really at the end of the day, sir. So, basically, my manager, Miss Ahmed, and myself, we were there in, early morning shift, and it was a monsoon season, so naturally in our welcome this thing letter we had already warned the guests not to approach the seashore area or be on the beach. It was a red flag area and not to go there, but still one guest went out of his way. He was a national swimmer though. Along with his wife, he went and he tried swimming in the sea early in the morning, you know and he started drowning.
Oh.
And imagine, it was a resort of, spread over many acres, and
Acres and acres,
to reach from one place to another place, naturally we had to go on buggies only. There was no other way that, we could reach out to the gentleman. But then everything happened so, it was an emergency
Suddenly.
situation. And naturally our support staff at the swimming pool was also not there. The lifeguards were also not there on duty yet, and it happened early in the morning at 7:15, 7:30. And we were at the lobby, and naturally in the morning shift or the early shift, the people are very less in the front office also, so hardly 2 3 people were there. So we managed and we reached to the seashore area. I happened to make all the emergency calls to whatever the support thing is there, and my manager, she could drive, so she went there immediately. And we 5 6 people were there, and the guest was drowning. Though he was a national level swimmer, he went, his overconfidence took him inside the water.
Did you
And
save the guest? I'm feeling a
we
little
could
anxious
save the guest.
already.
We could save the guest, sir. But I would like to say this, that one of our lifeguard came, but uh, a gentleman, but even he was not ready to go inside the water
Correct.
with the rope, because it was
Yes.
so life threatening. But this lady, my manager, she removed her dress and everything, and she went inside the water along with the rope, and she could save that guest. So, sometimes guest also could put us in such kind of a unwanted situation, and we have to show that braveness. So I was really impressed as a, young hotelier by my manager's gesture, that how the presence of mind she could use, and she could save that person.
I think it's a wonderful story to share. Thank you. And I congratulate you also for your presence of mind where you made those emergency calls and reached the place as a young hotelier. And yes, but just because guests behave in a particular way, how many percentage of guests behave in such a way, you know? There are always these exceptions. So we obviously have to still look at guests as, and what we mean by always right is everything has to be centered around guests, and even if they are behaving a little impolitely, they still are our guests, and we have to maybe ignore that bit. Of course, if it's safety or a woman's thing, it is not tolerated. But otherwise, it what it means is most of the guests otherwise are. This is a very rare example, right? It doesn't happen
Exactly, sir.
every
This is
day.
very, very
But
rare, but
but I think this
uh,
is where we hoteliers have such interesting jobs where we have so many. If you know one Mr. Sandeep Mukherjee, he's come up with the third book now, Tales of a Hotel Wala, because he has so many stories like these from years of working as a general manager and area general manager and director, that he says there are such jaw-dropping stories that actually aisa hua hai. So thanks for sharing that, and I think your presence of mind as a young hotelier and your manager who risked it. How else would you also look at what happened at Taj Mahal? It's a wonderful case study, you know that, by Rohit Deshpande, the unsung heroes of Taj, when the terrorist attack happened. Well, a couple of my students were managers there and still working with the Taj, and they actually didn't want to. First, human instinct is to flee or save yourself, but they didn't do that. They put the guest first. But thank you for sharing that. Yes, I can see
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Jeet Agasti.
Somajit, if you're there, please unmute your mic and ask the question.
I guess the hand was raised a couple of
Raised
minutes
some
back,
time back.
probably.
Okay.
Yes.
I think the food is heated up now.
Sir, Ravi again here, requesting you to
Yes, sir.
kindly share all the books what you have mentioned in this
I
session,
will.
so
I
that
will.
we can
Thank
go
you.
through that.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you take interest. Thank you. Yeah, I will. Yes, Abhinav, is that a fresh hand up or is it an earlier one? Yeah.
So fresh hand up. My name is
Yes.
Abhinav Bhatt. Yeah. So I'm working with the central government IHM here in Gwalior, Madhya
Yeah.
Pradesh. So I need to ask one question from your side. So what are the as we talk about the encouragement and other sessions as the antidotes and lot many examples has been shared in this PPT presentations. So the AI effect does not have the actually antidotes in their mind. Humans create that antidotes in their minds. So what do you think that how can the future hospitality, how can we sustain the examples and antidotes in future if AI is technology based?
So can you rephrase your question? I'm not completely clear. Are you saying that how will AI and our jobs in the industry work together? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying how will guest service change?
Yes, sir. Guest service change because if earlier our experience was related to the guest only. In the future, also we need to work on guest itself in the hospitality we are talking about. But
Yes,
our live examples are depend about the situation to situation.
correct.
So we'll learn it from the situation to situation, and accordingly experience can gain. But how the latest technology rectify that particular experience and how can we antidote that in future after AI?
You mean anticipate it in future?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So technology is a great enabler, is what we saw today. That whether it's revenue management that Amrit presented or what I presented, that today, because all these systems are going to be integrated, your CRM, your PMS, AI, virtual concierge. So all these platforms or all these technology are going to be enablers, or one click and you will know everything about the guest. In fact, so much more that issues of data privacy and other things will come in, but that's for another day. So having known so much, knowledge is power here. So if you know so much about the guest, obviously it will help you give a very, very personalized service to the guest. You know so much about the guest already that you can customize each experience of the guest. You can give completely personalized service, and that's what will drive the service excellence. So I think technology is going to be a great enabler, and we have to use it to our advantage. Guest safety, guest security, guest excellence, guest delight, all that is going to be enabled or helped by technology.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think
Thank you
all
so
the
much, sir.
hands.
Do we have any more questions? I think we can
Call it a day.
Yeah, I think we can call it a day. So I take this opportunity to thank you, Dr. Sameer Diwanji, for a truly inspiring and thought-provoking session on guest-centric service excellence. You reminded us that genuine hospitality begins even before the guest asks, with anticipation, empathy, and also empowerment, which is at its core. Your insights on the Jeeves cupboard and moments of truth was truly engaging and pretty interactive. And the philosophy of never say no was pretty beautifully captured with your examples that you shared with the team. And also with this session, we take forward that powerful phrase of do not serve to satisfy, but to delight. And I can very confidently say that it has truly inspired us to reflect and recommit to guest-centered excellence. So on behalf of the organizing team and all the participants, we sincerely thank you for sharing your wisdom, experiences, and heartfelt stories that reminded us of what true hospitality really means. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful evening ahead, and be good.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Will
much, Dr.
Samir sir will have a
Thank you,
photograph.
sir.
Wait.
Yes,
Nobody
yes,
Thank
can.
you,
We'll have
sir.
a photograph.
yes. Thank you, thank you. Yes,
We'll have a
thank you
photograph,
so much.
please.
Yes,
Request
we are making.
everyone to kindly switch on your cameras.
Do you want the dinner plate as well in the photograph?
Well, not really, but I know it's
No food
quite
and
a
beverage,
dinner
please.
time.
No food and beverage, please.
Sundar sir, can we click frame by frame?
I have some problem.
Are we done?
Uh, 30 seconds more, please.
Oh. I'm sorry I had to rush through a few slides because of the time constraint, but I didn't want to hold you back too much. But thank you for all the questions, the stories, the anecdotes. Thank you for sharing. I think 30 seconds are over now.
Done, sir. Yeah.
So the photographs are done.
Thank you.
Samir sir, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Participants, I have a small announcement. Okay, the college feedback links I'll share immediately. This is basically a Google form for feedback for day 1 and day 2, which you can fill up immediately. There is a second feedback which has to happen on ATAL portal. That will happen on Saturday when we conclude all the sessions. Then the portal opens. Once you fill up that feedback on ATAL portal, then your certificate gets generated. Okay, the reflection journal ka sample which I've shared yesterday. Everybody should start writing it down and submit that reflection journal on the 5th day. The reflection journal basically has to be in a PDF format, which we will ask you to mail, and then we will merge that file and upload. Okay, so a few things. Attendance, again, I am saying 80% attendance is mandatory for achieving a certificate. I have shared a final list of participants
which has all the details that you have filled up on ATAL portal. So it has 129 participants who are registered. So only these registered people will get this certificate. The ones who are externally joined and not on the list will not be getting the certificates because they're not are registered on the ATAL portal. So please make sure your name flashes on the sheet. Yes, sir, you have some question, Mr. Agasti.
Somajit, you have a question? Please ask.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, the reflected journal which you have shared, sir,
Unable to
that
hear.
will be every after the end of the sessions we have to fill up, or we have to fill up all the 6 altogether.
You have to
At the
fill up
response of
all.
the
So you can do it on a daily basis, but not submit. Submission only will happen on the 6th day, that is Saturday. I'll put up a message on the group to submit, then everybody can submit. And a link also to where you can upload it on my drive.
Thank
Any
you,
other
sir.
questions?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other questions, please?
Sir, please repeat no once.
Okay, so the reflection journal basically the file which I've shared yesterday, you have to write that on a daily basis, not write, rather type it on a daily basis, keep it ready for all the 6 days and submit it on the 6th day in a single file PDF, which should not exceed more than 3 pages max, 2 to 3 pages, because what I have to do is I have to compile all your thing and merge all the PDFs and concise it to 2 MB size. So your reflection journal for all the 6 days should not exceed more than 2 pages. So please take that into consideration before you write it up. Keep it very, very precise and very short. 2 पेज से ज़्यादा आप नहीं लिखें, please, because it will be difficult for me to upload otherwise. It's a mandatory thing.
We can provide a
So
sample.
please.
We can provide a sample of our last FDP, something like
Yes, we can. The
But
template
can
for this
you,
online, the template for the online one is a little different. So the one which I've shared yesterday is the template. So उसमें भरा हुआ एक 2 दिन का template I'll share tomorrow. Okay, how it has to
sir,
look.
can you please share the template once again today, sir? Please.
I will share once again today.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And
Sir, I
there
have
is
a
one
question.
thing called as roll number in that template. So the Excel sheet of final participants which I've shared, there is a serial number. So you can consider your serial number as your roll number.
Okay,
Clear
sir.
this?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes. Any questions to solve, please?
Sir, where exactly I can find this list of participants, sir? Where have you shared it, sir?
I will share it again now on the WhatsApp group along with the reflection journal and 2 day college feedback.
All right, sir. Thank you so
Sir,
much.
and also, can you please share the topics of